JoJo has fun. Hey everybody, welcome to Barn Finders once again on this day, Sandbox Saturday. It's Saturday. Do you know where I am?
Dead. Oh.
I got an axe.
Spoiler.
I got a
That's
shovel.
how you got dead.
I got this thing.
What is that? Is that a price gun?
I think it's I think it's a gun to sell stuff. So I need to travel to the evil swamp, and I need to look for Moses.
Now
Sure.
That sounds typical.
Makes sense.
This is a game that's related to House Flipper, right? I mean, it's the same people that made this game?
I guess.
They seem to have a better sense of humor in this one, though.
They do.
It's a yes or a no. It's not an I guess.
Joe cannot be certain of anything.
Joe does not live in a binary world.
No, he lives in a world of gray.
I am a man of many challenges, of many thoughts and feelings.
I wouldn't go that far.
Let's see here. Hang on. I gotta find a place where we can go buy stuff. This might not be the right profile to do this. Actually, hang on. Sorry, everybody. Hang on. This is as I realize that I have. Damn it! Hang on.
Oh man, this is going good.
This is definitely not comedy poison.
Hey,
No.
fuck you, Doug.
Speaking of things that aren't comedy poison, before we started recording, Danielle
shit.
graced us with the knowledge that by the way, did we say that we are JoJo Has Fun, a comedy let's play?
I don't think so.
You know, Kim, I don't know. I actually have no idea.
If you're
World
still
Gray.
listening, you know who we are.
You know what? Let's just say that now.
Okay, yeah. Hey, everybody.
I'm
Welcome back.
gonna make a new profile and I'm gonna call it Dude. I think
All
that's
right.
safe.
All right.
Okay, we'll be her.
And so Danielle has informed us that she has a few hot takes about a TV show that I don't know anything about. So getting hot takes about a TV show that you know nothing about, super helpful.
Okay.
Really
so
interesting.
let me. Okay.
Wait, hold on. Let me tell you what I think Gilmore Girls is about in my...
Oh, yeah. I want to know.
in
I
my-
want to know
yeah.
what you think it's about. Yes.
Okay, so I have never seen it.
You have
But
never seen it, but
I've never
that
seen an
will not
episode.
stop you from having an opinion
That
on it.
makes
No.
this better.
This is what I think.
Yeah.
Don't stop me.
She's on a roll,
I'm
man.
pretty sure that the show is about a woman who has a daughter who she had when she was very, very young. So they're very close in age. And they live with that woman's mother, who is kind of like a mother figure to both of them.
You're
And
describing Golden
it's-
Girls.
It's about
Which is
it's about
close.
the girls' like high school experiences, and then also the mother trying to find love, and not being taken seriously because she's hot. And then they reprised it recently, and they released a bunch of new episodes. The end.
Wow, that was surprisingly accurate.
Yeah.
Really?
None of that was really. Some of it was not right, but none of it
Yeah,
was so
but-
wrong that I would be like, yeah, I could totally see why you would think that. You know what I mean?
Should have been like, I did watch the show, and I know it. I'm an idiot.
Next time.
Okay, so
You'll
now that
fool
you
'em
know,
next time.
that I actually do know some things
Yeah,
about the show.
Yeah, why don't-
that's how much I absorbed through osmosis.
That's impressive.
Like friends who would just like mention it.
Wow.
That's us, Danielle. We're the friends who mention it.
We are the friends who bring in the hot
You
takes.
guys did like hot jizz over it for a while.
Well, there was the new
And
ones that came
and
out, and we had to
still.
talk about it.
Yeah, it's a. I mean, like, I love that show. I wouldn't describe it as a guilty pleasure because I have
No,
no
it's
guilt.
No,
well
you
watching
both really very much felt like it was a
Yeah,
good show.
it's a good show.
And so, and I mean, I watch a lot of TV like that. I just didn't that one slipped by. I didn't get it.
I hold that
I mean,
one
I just never.
in a different but similar level of love as I do to Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Whoa,
What?
dude.
That's right, yeah.
That is high-ass praise.
Yes.
God
and,
damn.
And if you know anything about me, you know.
Ooh, get the beer sign. Get the beer sign.
Well, I already have it.
Wet.
I have to I just had to get some money to buy gas.
Oh.
So part of the start of this game, Kim, was I had to find a bunch of cans so I could get gas.
Okay, I've done
Makes
that.
sense. Yep. Definitely done that.
Okay, but back to the hot takes. Danielle, tell me you have a guy named Rory.
No, it's Lauren Graham is the mother.
Oh, see, that's okay.
Loralai.
Now I'm showing my.
There's some cracks here.
Now Alexis Bledel is the daughter, the young daughter who was similar in age to the mom. So Rory was born when when Lauren Graham's character was 16.
Right.
And that's her daughter. So like they are very close in age. Also, Rory is short for Loralai, which no one brings up in the show very much, but that's the lore.
No, mostly in the first season.
Yep. And the other character that you were thinking of is, I believe her name is Emily Bishop. That's the name of the actress. Also.
Kelly Bishop.
Is it Kelly or is it Emily?
It's Kelly.
No, Kelly
but
Bishop.
Her character is Emily.
She plays Emily Gilmore, who is Rory's grandmother and Lorelai's mother.
Oh my God!
So you really weren't wrong with anything.
No.
It was just kind of like some of the dynamic was incorrect.
Yeah,
Okay.
but largely accurate.
Largely.
Cool.
And I'd say the show is worth watching just for Emily alone because she fucking kicks ass. Like she will burn down your whole fucking life.
Yeah,
it's
a lot of the show is like, how can I put this? It's like you ran away from home. Like that's the feeling. Oh, like parents just don't understand. You ran away from home, but your parents were like billionaires,
fucking rich as shit.
And so you ran away to a town that's like, perfect, like a perfect town where there's like there's no bad part of town. Like no one deals with that in this town where she lives.
Yeah, the town is essentially one block.
The town
the
town is like if heaven had like the good place. It's like it's like that. They live in the good place.
Yeah.
Before you find out.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
And it's been a big turnaround for me because I watched the Gilmore Girls. I first saw it after college and I was like in a bad place, like working in my first job and living far away from everyone and totally isolated.
Wait a minute, hold on.
What?
What was your first job?
I was the production assistant for a medical journal.
Really?
Published by the American Society of Hematology. Correct.
Kim, did you know that?
I didn't know that, but my question is, what was the good part of your life?
I mean,
there wasn't one.
Yeah, it's sort of hard to pick, because it's like.
Can we do a quick smash take or whatever it's called of Danielle starting a story where she says she was in a dark place in her life?
Yeah, it's like
it's always a different place.
That's the thing, right, Danielle? In order for us to recognize the trouble spots, we have to see the bright patches. Otherwise, it's just one unbroken chain of consciousness that we call Danielle.
You did have that imaginary horse camp you told us about one time.
Yeah, imaginary horse camp was the highlight for sure.
Okay, all right,
yeah.
Cool.
And
what about that week that your mom wasn't at your house and we all hung out? That was pretty cool.
That was pretty
good.
Cool.
That was a pretty good week.
That was also like recent, like in the past 2 years.
we can have good times.
I think we got pizza.
Oh fuck yeah, we did.
Yeah, and Joe jumped into the pool with all his clothes on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like a wild party.
It was like 2:00 in the afternoon, and I don't think anyone was drinking. Yeah, we drank different kinds of soda,
party.
And you put some peanuts in a soda at one point.
Yeah, we did.
That was weird. I think my girlfriend put a marshmallow fluff in a Carl's Jr. burger.
Oh yeah, that and more, so much more.
There was a really great picture of me holding Pip, and Pip looked like he kind of looked like the Yoda baby from the Mandalorian, and I'm like, I've got my hand on his head and he's just got this like freaking derpy ass face.
Pip never has a derpy face. What are you talking about?
He's getting better with the derp.
He's getting
really
derpier.
He's getting less derpy. But it used to be that it was like I would take 10 pictures and 9 of them would be derp. And I would just like, hopefully I've curated in a way that like it doesn't seem that way because he's not. I mean, it's just like he just moves so much. You know,
He
It's
never
hard
needs
catch
to
him.
know. He doesn't need to know.
Ah,
that
doesn't need to know.
so he's blurry like the woodland ape.
I was gonna
Yes,
say
like
he's like
Sasquatch.
Sonic. He's like
Oh,
the blue blur.
He has to
Oh,
go.
sure.
He has to go fast.
He does have to go fast.
Okay.
He does this thing now when you pick him up. If he doesn't want to be picked up, he bicycle kicks.
But no, he does this thing when you pick him up,
Yeah.
but he doesn't want to be picked up. He explodes in rings,
Yeah.
Yes.
No. Yeah.
He turns into a shower.
and you have to be extra careful when that happens because if you touch him again, he will die. He will
Yes.
die if you touch him twice.
He's very fragile in that
No, he
state.
really no. Honestly, though, he does. He bicycle kicks like he
Damn.
is fighting.
I like
and
him. He's a
it's-
scrapper.
It's just he's gotten extremely scrappy. It's a good thing that I started taking my antidepressants again.
cool.
Just in time.
Now,
Anyway, circle back.
we sort of lost the plot.
Yeah, no, we're so you were going to tell me about how you didn't like Loralai.
Rory. Well, when I first started watching Gilmore Girls, I was like super young, like 21 or whatever. So I identified more with Rory.
The
and-
super young, complete legal age of 21.
Yes, the
What?
very
It
legal
is-
age. So when
As someone who just turned 34, and I've reached a new demographic now because it used to be
Yeah, right,
the
right.
25 to 33 or the 28
now
to
we're
33
out of that.
age. Yeah, I'm out
now
of
we're
that
in
now.
the
So,
old demographic,
Yeah,
and our opinions don't matter as much.
yeah. When I was 21, I could do shit.
Oh
I
man,
can't
we
do.
ruled the world, dude. Everyone wants to know our opinions of bullshit shit.
Yeah.
Like,
What do you want to buy?
yeah, what do you
Millennials?
like? What do you think is cool?
I'm like, I like food on the table, and they're like, "Shut up, you privileged white bitch." And I'm like, "Oh, okay."
They're like, basic bitch, go home.
So Rory is not
Rory.
not good.
Yeah. So I identified with Rory because I was like also an overachiever and had big dreams about how I was going to be real great. And we all see how that turned out. And so now that I'm rewatching and I've been, like clubbed in the face by life and trampled down into a dust, now I see Rory and I'm like, this motherfucker right here. This motherfucker is full of shit.
Yeah,
and I
it's
hate
really
her.
hard to feel bad for Rory in any capacity.
Oh, I don't feel bad for her. I feel bad about her. I think she is bad. Bad Rory. Bad, shitty Rory.
So now, who do you?
I still don't really, I guess I don't really identify with anybody anymore. Because I never really identified with Lorelai. She's always associated in my head with my freshman year college roommate who was obsessed with Gilmore Girls for a while and started like trying to emulate Lorelai's mannerisms and speaking and okay.
How would one? What does that mean? Her mannerisms. That seems
Well, like she'd probably like dress like her or do her hair like her.
No, she would just talk like her. Like Lorelai has a very distinctive talking.
yeah, she kind of
cadence
talks
and-
like a studio audience needs to be laughing at the end of every statement, and when they
Yes.
don't, it's a nightmare.
Yes, it is. Yes, and so when you encounter that person, like in real life, even in the shadow of that shape, it's real annoying. So yeah, so Lorelai was kind of out from the beginning because she's just instantly irritating, and
That's like a guy that I used to know who would do a Cartman impression and he would do
Oh,
a SpongeBob
no.
impression. Pretty much every interaction I would have with him, and I'm just like,
Now, how much
God.
sex did he get?
Yeah, right?
Because Kim, based on what you're saying, sounds like a lot.
I think he
Sounds like
was
almost
rolling in sex.
It sounds like too much, actually. Is this man alive still?
Yeah, he must have
He's-
orgied
he-
himself right into the grave.
I don't want to give away too much, but he's married.
To how many women?
A
In
zero.
how many
woman.
states?
One man in
Oh.
one state.
Okay.
Hmm.
Now,
Disappointing,
does,
but okay.
Does this husband of his know the legends?
It wasn't. I think he still does it. This is not like when we
What?
were in high school. He did
No.
this. This was like 2018. He was still doing this.
No.
SpongeBob
What?
and Cartman from the television show The South Park.
Green Acres. Oh, South Park. Okay.
I mean,
well, I guess that too.
he has not been inspired once by anything else since South Park.
Well,
Yeah.
Danielle, in his defense, I mean,
Yeah.
once you see the face of God, it's kind of hard to go back to
You can't unsee the face
old
of
Joe
God.
Campbell.
It
or
was like
whatever.
cheesy poofs or something like very early, like first season South Park.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
He was on
or
board that
Bad
train early.
Kitty, or
Shit.
oh yeah. It was, and then it would just be like the SpongeBob laugh over and over. It's just, and then but this guy found love. I mean,
Yeah.
it's and when I guess
In a
I'm
hopeless
saying,
place.
yeah,
I was gonna
it's out
say.
there. It's out there, you guys. You're somebody, no matter how weird or off-putting you are. Your
There's
somebody
someone.
is out there.
Yeah.
JoJo
Yeah,
has
they are.
fun.
Yeah. No matter how,
Um,
whatever terrible mannerisms you have, someone, somewhere, is into it
Yeah.
Yeah.
You might
for
have
no
to go real far
particular
away.
reason.
Yeah. There, you will never understand why, but you don't need to understand.
I actually just dyed my hair that exact color so I could be more like that
You
woman.
just dyed your hair?
Yeah. I didn't
Your hair is that color. What are you talking
No,
about?
I'll send you a little pic.
Okay.
I actually had my mom bleach it.
Oh, cool.
Oh yeah, break out the bleach.
You had a whole adventure.
Yeah, we used professional products and talked to somebody on Zoom who's my aunt who is a hairdresser, and she
Nice.
yeah, it was I'll send
That's
you.
how you do it right.
Jeff's gonna be really confused when he gets a picture of my face.
Yeah.
Kim, why are you sending random pics of your face again?
He's just gonna be like gross.
Ooh, I like it.
Thanks.
That's cute.
Sexy as hell.
I like it. I'm into it.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
so blonde. Did you
So incredible.
did you cut your hair short, or is that just the angle? I'm
No,
looking
it's all
at?
braided in the back.
Oh,
It's
okay.
still stupid long and awful. I can't wear it down because I'm in Alabama. And it gets,
Yeah,
it gets
right.
stuck to the back of your neck.
Hot.
and
It's too hot.
I would
it
imagine.
strangles
I would
you.
imagine that would be pretty bad.
It's so bad it gets stuck to the front of your neck.
Oh man,
That's
not the
pretty bad.
front.
Yeah, it's really, really bad. But I've gotten super good at braiding my hair like an old lady. Can we please go back to Gilmore Girls? I'm trying to stay on task, but we just
No,
there's
I'm
so many
totally-
trains. There's
Yeah,
so many
there's
trains.
Just, we're in Grand Central Station right now, but
All right, so you
we're
identify
trying.
with no one. Rory's a piece of shit because she's blinded by her ambition and her desire to succeed, and she's a bad person.
No, Rory's a bad person because
She appreciates nothing,
yeah, she's privileged as fuck.
but she
thinks,
she okay. She's basically like, we had it really, really rough. That would be her overall. Like, if you were to talk to her about
Yeah.
growing up,
yeah,
she would say
we had it hard.
We had it really rough.
We had to struggle.
and it was just me and my mom relying on each other. And in some ways, that's probably at some level true. But her mom had a full-time job from when she was 16 years old. She's now basically in a middle-class job at the start of the show because she's like the manager of a what would be basically like a bed and breakfast, like a really nice one.
Yeah.
She lives in a town with zero crime.
Yep.
She wants for arguably nothing.
Yep.
She has like a pretty good support system in the form of the entire town.
And her rich ass fucking family.
And she has a rich ass family that she can rely on.
See,
So the big thing in the show, the impetus for the show, Kim, is Loralai gets Rory into a very, very prestigious private school called Chilton.
Right. Yep.
It is very expensive to go there. And Lorelai has no way to get her in. Now, what's buck wild to me is she didn't think of that when the application went out. But
No,
whatever.
she went ahead and applied and was just like, I'm sure this is fine.
I've known people who've done that. Actually, with
And
with
Act
Saint
now, think
with
later.
Saint Francis in Sacramento, she submitted her daughter's application. I think it was like $14,000 a year. This woman was had already filed for bankruptcy, was living paycheck to
God.
paycheck. But she
Jesus.
wanted her daughter to go to St. Francis, and her daughter wanted to go to St. Francis, and she was convinced that it was like, yeah. And she ended up like getting a bunch of scholarships and taking out a loan for high school.
I hope she went it to fucking Harvard.
No, she became a burnout.
Cool.
Okay, well, that went well.
That's a better story.
That was a good investment. That's
so-
what Rory should have been.
So here's
but-
so
well, I
that-
mean, you save a lot of money on college when you don't go.
yeah, you do.
But here's the thing, Kim, and this is the part that is the when I say this is the basis for the entire show, I want you to realize exactly the severity of that statement. If it wasn't for this, there would be no show. Okay, in order to pay for this private school, Loralai agrees to once a week have dinner with her parents on Friday nights.
that is the great sacrifice.
And she doesn't get along with her mother or father. But in
Her mother,
exchange,
wait, hold on. Let me imagine. Her mother's overbearing and her father is withholding of love?
Correct.
yes,
Okay,
they are
go on.
Spot on.
they are
Yes.
they are New England rich trash.
Yep. They're wasps, even though it's definitely like there's way too many like Jewish in-jokes for a wasp family, which has always baffled me.
That is
But-
that is kind of the weird style.
Yeah.
But what happens is like they just they pay for school and all every episode opens with them at dinner. And
Okay.
and every episode is like they don't get along because of
Reasons.
She got knocked up when she was 15.
She
No, it has something to do with it.
she
yeah.
got knocked up when she was 15. And the
Could have happened to any of us.
The parents.
Right.
Okay, so this is and maybe this is like I okay. She gets knocked up at 15, right? Which is like it's not surprising because I feel like where they live is not a place where they were like abstinence is viable birth control, which it's
No, I
totally
don't think that
fucking not.
No.
But also there was no like because they show this scene like right after she finds out she's pregnant and she's not that far along if you catch my drift. And that was never an option.
yeah, no, it doesn't come up
the
at all.
option both families said is they will get married. And I remember this scene. We're jumping around to various parts, but there's a scene where
That's fine. That's fine. I need the context.
there's a scene where she remembers when her family is trying to decide out what they're going to do with the fact that Lorelai is pregnant. And the boy's mom says like, why don't you just go get an abortion? Like, what's wrong with you? You're fucking 15.
You dipshit. What the fuck?
And
yeah,
then,
you made a bad decision once. Make a good decision now.
Make a good decision.
and
now.
one of them says no. I don't remember who says no. But then her father, Lorelai's father, Richard, says they will get married. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have work to do. And then he goes into his office.
Pieces out.
Nice.
And then Lorelai runs away from home to live in Stars Hollow, which is where the show takes place.
That's the kind of dad I want to be.
Yeah.
Right? Just like, do that. I'm going to be in my room.
She
This
has
is
like
my word is law.
she has an amazing house. Like
Yeah,
her
yeah, she
house
does.
is fucking amazing. She
Yeah.
can walk to work every day.
Yep.
Do you know how good my life would be if I could walk to work every
Seriously.
day? Not in this broken age. I mean, in general.
Yeah. I mean, before we all had to,
Yeah, no,
fear each
we
other.
all walk to work. It's like 4 or 5 steps from our bed.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But and the whole show is just like it's weird, right? Like Lorelai has at times actual problems. Like
Yes. Once in a while, yes.
like there was one episode where she walks out into her porch and she just falls through it.
I just watched that one.
That's a good one. And she calls up like a bunch of people. They're like, "What's wrong with my porch?" And they're like, "Termites have eaten the bottom of your house and it will fall apart. And it
Yeah.
is about $50,000 to fix."
Oh, wow.
And
so she had to, that was the season that she ate dinner at her parents' house on Thursdays and Fridays.
No, that was
Oh.
that the whole point of that one was like if you have trouble, it's okay to ask for help. That was kind of the theme of that one because her big thing
Yeah,
is she
'cause-
refuses to ask for help from people.
Yeah.
Or rely
Oh,
on
yeah.
people.
I remember that. I remember people like referencing that was like a plot point that was really frustrating is because she has all of these lifelines that she just chooses not to use, which is another form of privilege that I think
Yeah.
should be recognized.
Yeah.
like basically all of their problems are of their own creating.
There was one like the love interest in this show,
Which one?
her main, the main. You know what?
Are we gonna Luke is the
my
main?
boy Luke, who I love. He's my favorite character.
I don't know.
So, in this same scene where Kim, like, and I want to establish to you how fucking frustrating this is as a plot point.
Okay, wait, hold on though. Is Luke Luke Perry?
No.
He should
God.
be.
It would be so great if it were.
Okay,
I
but
would,
go on.
Oh,
So,
God.
so
Sorry to interrupt.
Luke,
Continue.
who the actor's name I do not remember.
Scott Patterson.
Yeah,
not
yeah,
matter
yeah.
to me.
So
Go
he
on.
is, he's very much like salt of the earth, working class dude. That is like, we need a working class dude.
Yeah, he's just grumpy and cantankerous.
He owns a diner. He works at a diner that he owns, so he's just a business owner. He can fix anything.
yeah.
That's like one of his personality traits is if there is something broken, he can fix it.
Also, he can build anything.
Yeah,
seemingly?
he builds her like a huppah, which is like
Yeah.
a Jewish like arch for marriages, and it's fucking beautiful, like perfect. And he
Yeah.
just built it like on a whim, and it's like this would have taken someone like years, like this brilliant thing you made. And like he's in love with her, and there's this one, and then the scene where her house is covered in termites. He goes by and he's like, "Yeah, it's fucked up, but if you want, I can fix it and I can help you pay for it and all that stuff." Like he's just trying to be really helpful, and she's just like, "No, for no particular."
Yeah, just for the
reason.
hell of it.
But then
Just
in a
to keep-
later season, he fucking pays for and rebuilds her entire house.
Yes, yes, he sure does. But at that point, they're like together.
That's,
so I guess.
but he still has his own building with an apartment in it. Like,
Oh yeah, no. Apparently, he just sits on a fucking sack of money that he just is like a fucking dragon.
Yeah.
and just parcels it out to Lorelai whenever he feels like it.
yeah.
Nice. I need a dragon like that.
Right?
but-
Get me a dragon.
But the whole thing is just like she
That I can
has
say no to and then later on say yes to.
she has all these like obvious benefits and lifelines that she just never takes advantage of. When that's kind of the wrong way to say it, but she like doesn't ask for help ever. Which is
Yeah.
which is a personality flaw.
Yep.
Rory just has
Everything is
unyielding,
just-
impossible privilege.
Yeah, just everything falls into her lap. It's like fucking raining
Okay,
great things into her
every
lap all the time.
problem, Kim, I want you to understand how fucking frustrating this is.
All right, I'm on the edge of my seat. Tell me.
Every problem that Rory has is a problem that she invents for
Yep.
herself. So like
Correct.
in
That's a boring character.
in season
exactly.
2, in season 2, Luke's rough and tumble nephew from the city, Jess,
yeah.
comes to town. He's a young like
He's a bad boy.
he's a Jack Kerouac like
yeah, he is.
like
and he
fisticuffing
does,
type.
Like they bond over Allen Ginsberg and Howl.
Which is
so-
okay. I don't care how thick your leather jacket is. That is lame.
Yeah.
They bond
is super
over.
lame.
They bond over that. And her whole arc for season 2 is she's dating this guy named Dean, Jared Padalecki, who
Later of Supernatural.
Supernatural fame, and I'm convinced that the scenes where he is in Gilmore Girls is the actual parts in season 5 of Supernatural where he's trapped in hell.
Yeah, that's the only way I can make sense of it.
So
to be honest,
what happens is like he's dating Rory, and Rory is like doesn't want to admit that she wants to break up with Dean and date Jess.
Mm-hmm.
So most of the season is her like stringing Dean along and refusing to make a decision. Mm-hmm. That's her whole plot for season 2. Season
and that
there's a
actually for many of her love interests, that's how that goes.
Yep.
Like that is not
She-
unusual.
She ends up dating someone who's named Logan.
Yep.
And he's
Who is a gigantic asshole.
he's a huge dick, but he's upfront about that. Like he's like, I'm
Yeah,
not a good guy. You
exactly.
should not be dating me. And she's
so
like,
that's what makes him
"Whatever, I
charming
can
is he
deal."
knows he's a dick.
And so like, there's a point where, basically like he tells her straight up like, I do not want to have a relationship with you. I am not interested in having. This is we're just having sex. This is just for fun. That's all I want in this relationship. And she's like, okay, I agree to this. And what happens is she gets mad at him for not having feelings and puts herself into all this emotional turmoil because he is not interested in her in that way. And like,
and so she
maybe
dogs him until he finally gives in and is like, "Fuck, shit, okay."
And I'm not
Jesus Christ.
I'm not saying it isn't pitiable that she misunderstood her own level of emotional maturity. I get that.
Indeed.
She
constantly
does that. It's not her fault that
it's her character
she did
trait.
that. But what is her fault is when
her.
she realized this, she didn't make the healthy choice of like, well, I'm going to get myself out of this situation and find a relationship that works for me. She's like, I'm going to figure this one out.
I get what I want. I'm Rory.
And she basically like, I don't even... Danielle, I do not know how she convinces Logan to be like, yeah.
No, it makes no sense. It is so unconvincing. It's just because everyone loves Rory because she's fucking amazing and angelic and irresistible and just the best person who's ever lived.
And she and Logan has 3 friends, Finn and
the other ones.
2 of them, I'm almost certain I really wanted them to date and they didn't.
I know.
But he has these 3 friends who literally are like, they're stupid fuckboys. That's their role in the show. And
Except
Logan
that they're real rich
is like their
also.
leader.
Yes.
But somehow
King fuckboy.
Logan is like, I'm going to date
I'm gonna
Rory.
step down,
I
man.
love Rory. It's never
Yeah.
clear why. Like,
No.
Rory never does anything competent in the show. It's all off screen. Like,
Yes,
we
Rory
start a
never
scene
does.
with Rory getting an award or Rory doing. It's like,
You're like,
where is her putting in the fucking shoe leather?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right. So you guys, we've gone over our time,
I bet
but
you
I would
are
like
sorry
to.
you asked.
I
about
would like
that
to end
show.
this very on point Gilmore Girls segment with
Yes.
some fun facts about
Ooh.
the actress Kimberly Alexis Bledel.
I'm sorry,
or also
what?
known as Alexis Bledel.
Her first name is Kim?
Kimberly?
yeah.
Wow, that's. I mean, that's
She
a.
was-
That's. I don't know if that's a point in her favor. Kim, I'll defer to you on
It's
that
not.
one. Okay.
It's
not
not.
know that.
It's a major no.
Holy
she is from
shitbags.
Houston, Texas, and she comes from a Spanish-speaking household.
Yes,
That's
her father
cool.
is Argentinian.
Yeah, and her mom was raised in Mexico.
Mexico? Yeah.
And you may recognize her from The Handmaid's Tale, which is what I recognized her from.
Sure.
Was
or
she a
any-
main in that, or was she a side?
She was a main. Yeah, she becomes a main. She's
Oh,
a
was
side
she-
character in the first season. She becomes a main.
Does she do a good job?
Oh yeah, she does
Really?
she's a really good
Yeah,
job.
I mean, Danielle, Alexis Bledel
She
isn't a
actually-
bad person. Her character
No.
is bad.
At one point, she steals a car and runs over the head of one of the cops.
I love that.
Damn.
Yeah.
I love
Whoa.
that personally.
Yeah, but she's a breeder, so they can't kill her.
Right.
Right. So, yeah, it's just, I mean, they just do terrible things to her, and she's just incredibly badass and never stops being incredibly badass.
What the fuck?
It is a
I love
very
that.
traumatic television show, and I don't recommend it.
Oh yeah, there's no
Especially if
way in
you're-
fuck I'll ever watch it. I
Yeah,
can't
especially if
handle
you're trying to conceive, which is when
Oh,
I was watching.
Jesus. Kim, why?
Now, Kim, I don't know. It sounds like it may have helped.
Yeah. Well, it worked for me.
You
Yeah,
do
if I
have
mean-
Pip.
There's results.
That's true, but also I do have Pip. Anyway, this has been JoJo Has Fun. We used to be a comedy Let's Play.
Now
know
we're
we're a
a, now we're
Gilmore
a,
Girls
now we're a podcast about the Gilmore Girls, and Guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Actually not a terrible. It's a very common trope in comedy podcasts. I feel like, or in like stand-up comedy podcasts, where you have the comedian that knows a lot about it and the comedian that
Knows
doesn't
nothing
know anything
about
about it.
Exactly.
That's just a common podcast trope.
Yeah, that is just
Yeah.
storytelling gold right there.
It's,
Yeah,
it's,
'cause
it's an
you're-
easy podcast format.
Yeah,
Yep.
because I get to be like audience, but also, you know,
You're a new set of
questions.
eyes, and
But
we're
then-
the jaded veterans who
Yeah.
have our own fixed opinions.
Yep.
all right. Well, my jaded fixed opinion viewer / listener,
Yeah.
this has been Barn Finder, believe it or not, which I have been watching and enjoying every minute.
Enjoy watching this. This is great.
Yeah.
It's a
And I
delightful
realize-
game.
I realize a lot of people, though, they do just kind of put us on in the background, and what we're playing doesn't matter so much. And sometimes that hurts my feelings, but
But you know what? I understand.
I get it because some of the episodes are, it's different.
I mean,
And I have the issue of like, watching and listening is so much of my brain. Sometimes I can only do one or the other.
Sometimes when I'm driving, I turn on JoJo Has Fun and just play it.
Tune out.
And laugh at myself. It's great.
I never watched JoJo Has Fun. I feel like I've seen them all. Every episode is very rote.
What's weird is sometimes I say things that are different than what I was thinking at the time, and I'm surprised when that happens.
Do you ever do the
I
thing
like when I surprise
where you
myself.
watch the show and then you say something and you're like, man, it would have been smart if I said this joke here, and then you do say it and you're like, oh no.
Well, shit.
Didn't go as well as I wanted it to.
It's like your own personal predictive text.
It is.
Well, thank you for joining us on Barn Finders. Bye, everyone.
Bye.